We gonna react to you know, this situation that's been going on with FaZe. This shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? Apparently one of the FaZe likes, you know, apparently he's a PDF file. Okay? Apparently he's a PDF file, you know? I was suggested, the video was brought to my attention, so I was like, you know what? Might as well go ahead and react to it with my, you feel me? Yeah, chat, I know it's crazy. It's wild. It's wild, you know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about the FaZe, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say nothing, but the video will explain to us what's exactly going on. I'm curious on your perspective on the situation. Well, let's go ahead and watch it together since we are curious, all right? It's a cool little stream together tonight, all right? Let's go ahead and watch this video, man.
Day for the unemployed.
The
FaZe Clan is over. FaZe Clan drama explained. Temperrr versus Rain allegations. So what the hell happened between these two 30-year-old mad children? Yeah, so FaZe Rain called Temperrr up a file.
This dude looks me in my eyes and says, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I had a threesome with two 16-year-olds. I'm like, bro, what? Like, how?
Wait, who? Hold on. Whoa.
The pasties are watching.
Whoa. Wait a minute. So this right here. This nigga right here.
The pasties are watching.
I can't tell if these are repeats or if this is just like, if this is just still spamming subs. Either way, I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? So this,
the pasties are watching.
This right here was
30-year-old mad children. Yeah, so FaZe
The
Rain called
pasties are
Temperrr
I
up.
can't tell if this is just like, is this the universe telling me to stop watching this shit because the pasties are watching, or is this because
The pasties are watching.
I mean, it fits, right? You know, we're talking about 16-year-olds here and PDF files. I mean, you know, this is a situation where the PDF, where the pasties would be watching.
The pasties are watching.
Where the pasties would be watching very close. You know, they'd be watching very close.
The pasties are watching.
You know, he didn't find God. Nah, he didn't.
A file.
This dude looks me in my eyes and says, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I had a threesome with two 16-year-olds. I'm like, bro, what? Like, how could you tell me that? I'm not gonna be on a team with a I'm not gonna be on a team with I just refuse to. You know what I mean? He has to own up to that shit. I'm not even saying publicly, but within us. And just be 100, bro. Just be like, bro. And he did admit to it on the call, by the way.
To us, this is crazy, but the FaZe Clan, it's an average Tuesday. You know, just own up to it. We'll forgive
What game
you.
is this, bro?
Banks is acting like it's news to him, but again,
Chat,
he can
what
deny
game-
it all he
Chat,
wants.
what
I
game is
just don't
this?
believe.
Y'all remember that YouTuber Leafy, chat? Y'all remember Leafy is here? That was that nigga. That nigga Leafy. I remember he was playing this game all the time and just doing like voiceovers and shit. Anybody know what this game is, chat?
Easy, but the FaZe Clan, it's an average Tuesday. You know, just own up to it. We'll forgive you.
Banks is acting like it's news to him, but again, he can deny it all he wants. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Just look at this dude. If an Indian scam center calls FaZe Banks, the call will end with them being scammed. Before the accused even had time to make his video, Banks came out with a 9-minute response.
First thing I'm going to say in this video is I'm not a pedophile. Rain is not talking about me. There, I got it out.
The FaZe member Rain is referring to in that clip is Tommy. I know this because of a phone call we had between myself, Tommy, Apex, and Rain. To be clear, Tommy denied any wrongdoing and no conclusion was came to on that call. This all stems from a conversation that Norden and Tommy had between themselves one-on-one years prior. I'm sorry, if you're a FaZe fan in Big 2025, you're either like 13 years old or mentally handicapped. I feel horrible, man. I wish it never happened. I'm sorry I didn't speak out sooner, but I hope you can understand that it's hard. I loved this guy. I was a huge fan of him growing up. I didn't know what to do. Part of the reason I left FaZe was because of it. I couldn't be side by side with someone who did something like that. I wanted to speak, but just felt so bad, and eventually I just couldn't take it anymore.
What the are we reading right now, chat? What in the are we reading right now? Am I tripping? Is this nigga admitting to 16-year-olds? Sorry, chat, I got ADHD. Sometimes I space out. Sometimes it might look like I'm staring at the screen. But my mind is actually like thinking about monkeys on planet Saturn. And then I kind of come back to reality. I'm like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? This is talking about 16-year-olds. You got us reading it. Oh, my fault. Hold on.
On that call. This all stems from a conversation that Norden and Tommy had between themselves one-on-one years prior. I'm sorry, if you're a FaZe fan in Big 2025, you're either like 13 years old or mentally handicapped. I feel horrible, man. I wish it never happened. I'm sorry I didn't speak out sooner, but I hope you can understand that it's hard. I loved this guy. I was a huge fan of him growing up. I didn't know what to do. Part of the reason I left FaZe was because of it. I couldn't be side by side with someone who did something like that. I wanted to speak, but just felt so bad, and eventually I just couldn't take it anymore. Love you whether you understand me or not. Pushing 40 and saying I love you to strangers on the internet is crazy work. Like, I don't know any of you, but I do like donations and money and subscribers and views. Anyway, Temperrr, the accused, actually replied himself.
One day I go to New York, and I go to this club that's 21 plus. And I link up with a buddy there, and he invites a couple girls, and I end up going back with these girls. We're all face, and I end up going back with these girls to my hotel room. I slept with one of them, and I found out after that this girl was 17.
This behavior is inexcusable. You freaky frog. You just couldn't keep your dick in your pants, huh? Just couldn't keep your dick in your pants. You was just ready to get your dick wet, huh? You freaky ass nigga. You just had to f her. You just had to f.
I don't even have to sit here and justify this age gap like Sneeko or something, being like, oh, it's okay in Saudi Arabia.
So if you're watching this in Saudi Arabia...
I feel like that's a pretty big detail that Rain omitted there. The junkie FaZe Rain made it sound like this dude was straight up on the flight logs, but this guy met the girl in a nightclub, so yes, that does in fact change things.
I didn't even want to bring this up, Banks. I did it. I didn't even want to bring your name up in this, bro, but you made that video.
Dare I say Freudian slip. Banks was real.
I would never have sex again if that shit happened to me. It wouldn't happen, but nah, I would be cursed. Nah, no cap. No cap. The first question is, how old are you? Because I'm 30. But hey, no, I ain't gonna lie, chat. I swear to God, that is a automatic question that I ask now. How old are you? And I don't know if it's because I'm aware of how crazy these bras be acting nowadays, or if it's just because, you know, now I'm older and I'm just, you know what I'm saying, biologically more, you know, smarter, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? As far as figuring out who the f I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? It's probably a combination of both. But I definitely asked him now, like, bitch, how old are you?
I'm scared. Bro is literally 40 doing this stuff. He's Tectone's age.
You lied in that video. You're making shit up. Bro, even that tweet that you posted under, I screenshotted in case you deleted because I just
I'm not getting gaslighted by shit, bro.
Trust you, bro.
Trust FaZe Banks or Draw 25. Rug and Jev are like the only decent OG FaZe members.
This is so bad. He said he's gonna kill himself if this shit ever comes out, and that's why I feel extra bad, bro.
Hey, to add a little more context, FaZe Temperrr is currently a dad, and he came out as well with a couple of responses, and we'll check those out thoroughly.
The fact that I'm even having to respond to this, and to that my name is in the same breath as the word is so sick, twisted, and insane. This is disgusting. Anybody that knows me...
That nigga did it. You sound like a nigga that was 16-year-olds. You sound like a nigga that wanted to get your dick wet. Whoever did this is disgusting. I heard the news that I'm a PDF file, and whoever is out there spreading this message, you are disgusting, and you should be ashamed of yourself. I don't know why you would ever even put me in the same sentence as that. You sick, twisted bastard.
Me knows I'm not that type of person. I am the furthest thing from what you called me, and I will never be that person. It's so mind-blowing that someone that I really built a brotherhood with, someone that I really considered a brother, that I invited to my baby shower, that I always
GTA.
looked after and took care. And then when you were going through your darkest days, I was there for you and I was making sure that you were good.
I'm sorry, but FaZe Clan is so corny. If you think your homeboy's a pred, you should probably hit the police instead of, you know, putting it on Twitter to talk against...
If you think your homeboy's a pred, you should just hit the police. I know this goofy ass not calling nobody corny. You know what I'm saying? It just really, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you gonna say some shit, just make sure you're not exactly what the you're talking about. That's all I ask. All right. The FaZe fan is so corny. The FaZe fan and clan is so. If you think your homies are pred, maybe you should call the cops. Loser, shut up, dweeb.
Some attention. Anyway, some funny DMs leaked of Temperrr from like 2012. Kid, you hang out with 16-year-old girls. Stop acting like a hard ass, you fucking pedophile. Mind your own business. What if I like being a pedo? Lol.
Hold on, what? I said, hold on, wait a minute. Wait, what if I like being a pedo? Now it's gonna be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is 2012, man. You know what I'm saying? I was a different back then. Hold up, can we check that man's age in 2012? Because what kind of man was you at in 2012, brother? Hold on, what the fuck you mean?
JK, man, pets are pussies. I'm just a rape.
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do anything?
Was wild times, but damn, have some common sense. That's what I'm saying. You know, there were some wild times. I think 2012, that was when it was still on the Xbox parties, talking crazy on Call of Duty. I think so. I think that's when only had so. I think that's when PlayStation users only had an Xbox solely to get on Call of Duty and talk crazy. You know what I'm saying? I know that was me. You know what I'm saying? That's when all the homies were still on late night Call of Duty lobbies and talking, saying some crazy racist. I remember those days.
Albeit, it was 2012, and
but I ain't gonna lie. Even in those days, I wasn't saying like that.
Ironically, funnily enough, some messages leaked of FaZe Rain being weird as well. Adapt sister, though. I think the oldest sister he has is 10, you creepy f***. In my mind, she'll always be 12.
Something to say about the Tommy situation because he made a video confirming it, but the details did get switched a little bit because originally it was two 16-year-olds and it was.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, Chad. Adapt sister. I think the oldest sister is 10. You creepy. In my mind, she'll always be 12. What?
He has is 10. You creepy. In my mind, she'll always be 12.
Something to say about the Tommy situation because he made a video confirming it, but the details did get switched a little bit.
Halo on the Xbox went dumb. Oh my god, I missed that game.
Originally, it was two 16-year-olds and it was a 17-year-old and one was watching, and now a 17-year-old and he didn't know her age. If you didn't know her age and you said that to us at least once, we wouldn't be here, bro. I would not have treated it the same way if you said you didn't know, because that changes everything. And you never said that, not once. Literally not once. This is news to me that you didn't know, okay?
Does he know?
And I'm not trying to make it about myself in any way, shape, or form. By the way, I don't want anything out of this. I love my life.
Who are you trying to convince, though? Us or yourself? Like, you love your life. Cool. I feel like that doesn't need to be stated.
I'm trying to make it about me, even though I know me saying it's not fair to me makes it sound like it's about me. But I don't mean it like that.
Sure, buddy.
People still run on that drugs, when I was a pussy trying to myself, acting like I enjoy recreational drug use. You're an idiot. I work out every single day. I take care of my dogs every single day. I stream every single day. I work on every single day. Trust me, bro. I love who the I am. I love everything I've overcome.
Bro is throwing around some super serious, life-shattering allegations and talks about himself and his drug use and how
he's throwing around some super serious, life-shattering allegations. Bro is throwing around. Man, show your face. Show your face. I bet you anything you look like the biggest mark on the planet. I bet you anything this right here look like the biggest mark on the planet. Bro is throwing around the craziest allegations and everything. You. My thing is like this, bro. I don't mind the message if it's a weirdo. If we're talking about a weirdo, but just make sure you not also a weirdo. You know?
she loves his life right after. You cannot make it up.
Brother, I have known you.
See, this is an AI voiceover, bro. Ain't no way.
Since you were 14 years old.
Okay, maybe not say that considering of what he's accusing you of.
You don't even understand the levels of damage that you just inflicted into my life, into my family's life.
This you? She was 13 turning 14 sued, so she pretty much 15, but 15 is the new 60. 79! Yesterday, I watched someone I once called a brother go online, call me a pred, and laugh about it. Today, I was cut off the roster. Watching someone I once trusted turn something that serious into entertainment is evil.
Trust you. How you know? I mean, are you a fan of this? How you know, Irvin? How the fuck you know this is AI? Yo, Mike tagged you this time. Yo, that's the only other time Mike has said anything. He still said all he said is "I love you." Oh, is my nose bleeding? Oh. Oh! Huh? Take my phone. I think it goes sock me in the nose, chat. It's not TOS blood? Okay. I was like, damn, am I about to get TOS for a nigga? Hold on, chat. I know a nigga nose bleeding. Am I cool? W cuts in, huh? Oh, oh, fire. What it do, Lil Lonnie? B, what's going on? Yeah, my nose is bleeding, chat. You can tell it's AI voiceover. It's too clean. Miami do be like that. You think that's what it is? You think it's the weather? Yeah, I'm cool, Tracy. Yeah, it might be too hot. You know what I'm saying? Might be too hot, nigga. Might be too hot, chat. Nigga nose bleeding. You know, ever since I was a child, though, you know what I mean? My nose would just bleed hella hard for no reason, though. Like, someone could flick me in the nose, and my nose is bleeding. Like, nigga, I could fight a nigga, and he could not even touch my nose, but just because of how hard we going, though, Diddy, you say my nose could be bleeding to look like that winning. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the case.
The Pages are watching.
Hey, shout out my nigga Anonymous with the sub, man. Now that's pimp.
Now that's pimp.
W sub in the chat. IRL. You know what? Listen, I'm happy that y'all love the IRLs because they're definitely coming this week. We got one tomorrow, right, Tev? We got one tomorrow. We got one the next day, and then we got one the next day. All right.
Now that's pimp.
So it's gonna be a lot.
The
of
Pages are watching.
Hey, shout out with another sub, W sub, man. Anonymous is going crazy. Finally, this nigga is on. Nigga, I've been on. What you mean? Bring a bopper on tonight. You know what? Tev is actually trying to set that up, chat. I'm not gonna hold you. Chat literally, Tev literally got a bopper that's trying to come on right now. Should we invite her over, chat?
The Pasties are watching.
Damn, this Anonymous is going crazy. You gonna be on tomorrow? You said duh? Let me see. Let me look at her gram, chat. Let me look for further. Let me look a little bit further. She's smooth though. How y'all feeling about her, chat? How y'all feeling about her? One's in the chat if she's smooth. Two's in the chat if she a dub. She kind of got that Mariah the Scientist. You know what I'm saying? She kind of fire though, Chad. Hold on now. She kind of fire on me, man. I missed the girl you blocked after one night. Hey, chat, y'all know the Colombian girl from that one night when that man was twerking on me? Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying it like that. I know it throws y'all off every time. Oh, what? Pause. But it's true. That's literally what happened. Y'all remember the Colombian girl? She was the baddest one here, right? We're streaming with her on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? YouTube stream. Yeah, Todd, can you cut that off? Cut that off. Please cut the YouTube stream and also delete the VOD, brother. And if there's any other VODs still kicking it there, just delete that shit too, please, brother. You know what I'm saying? You let a nigga do that is crazy. Listen, it was done. It was done very covertly. All right, I don't know what the y'all want me to. You know, the nigga showed me his coochie lips right here.
The pasties are watching.
Hey, shout out my anonymous with another sub W sub in the chat, man. W subs in the chat, nigga. I don't know why y'all want me to stop saying that shit, like as if that's not exactly what the happened, man. You feel me? Because look, at the end of the day, right? If I don't sit there and say that's what's gonna happen, y'all gonna say it anyway. Oh, McQueen, you mean that time when you had the twerking on you? So I'm gonna beat y'all to the punch. All right. Anyways, right? Your nose is really bleeding right now, Chad. That shit crazy. Anywho, let's get back to this video.
The pasties are watching.
Well, this isn't content. These lies have real consequences for me, my family, and my son. And instead of a call or text, I was just cut off the roster today. No conversation. And just did, he posted. I'm glad we could agree I don't deserve the label. Thanks for the apology, I guess. Thanks for ruining my life. Showing a video that Rain posted and ended up deleting.
The pasties are
I do want to say
watching.
this. I want to first and foremost retract the statement that I called him a because that wasn't fair to do when they supposedly did not know this girl's age. I've known Tommy for 15 years. It's not like he ever went around.
The Pacey's is working hard. They trying to stop me right now. They trying to stop me.
On young girls or telling me he likes young girls or any of these things. So that's why I was such a shock when he told me what he told me. He just never told me that he didn't know their ages. If he did, it'd be a whole different story.
Then ask him. This guy's supposed to be your friend. You know, ask him for some details. You hands down accuse this guy of like...
Bro, y'all broke. That emote is so funny. I don't know why it's funny whenever y'all use that shit, but that shit is
the most serious crime in the world, aside from, you know, like being a Kai Cenat fan.
Whole different story if he didn't know their ages, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I never would have felt as deep about it as
this guy of like the most serious crime in the world, aside from, you know, like being a Kai Cenat fan.
Whole different story if he didn't know their ages.
The pasties
Yeah,
are
exactly.
watching.
Hey, Dean Carter with the get the sub W's in the chat.
If he did, it'd be a whole different story.
Then ask him. This guy's supposed to be your friend. You know, ask him for some details. You hands down accuse this guy of like the most serious crime in the world, aside from, you know, like being a Kai Cenat fan.
Why is that a crime? This nigga a loser. I swear to God, this nigga's such a...
The pasties are watching.
This nigga's such a dweeb. This nigga a mark. Whoever making this video, this nigga a mark. Dead homies. We're only watching this video because you're giving us the scoop. Mark. Alright? I really don't want to hear it from a nigga who sound like this about trying to sit there in the same breath saying it's a crime to be a Kai Cenat fan when you sound like this. When you sound like the biggest loser, you sound like a buster.
Whole different story if he didn't know their ages, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I never would have felt as deep about it as I did. And I never would have wanted him to step down in 2023 if he didn't know their ages. I thought he did know their ages. And then even when we talked about it after, he didn't say he didn't know their ages. And I don't know why. Sometimes, and also, I've known him, and then also with Emma bringing it up, he just sometimes sells the f***ing bag. He just sells the bag when it comes to delivering all the right information. You know what I mean? He doesn't say it all the right way.
The
You know, maybe
pasties are
he was
watching.
frantic and just
Dean
didn't
Carter
know
with
what to
the
say or
gifted
do,
sub.
so he just withheld that information, which I don't think he
brother,
realized
you gifted in the chat.
would have not made me look at him in that light if he was truly ignorant to the fact that they were under 18.
Who even needs enemies when you got friends like Rain? Like, god damn, bro stabbed him in the back pretty much. And then he deleted the video for some reason.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if he knew that, it would be a
I feel
whole
like
different
it's
story.
him
If
too,
I knew
Jay.
that, it would be a whole different story. So I do apologize for that. I do want to retract that label
D-Money,
because that
y'all niggas
label is
getting me paid, man.
so
I love
evil.
y'all.
Had
Shout
no
out
fucking
y'all,
idea,
man.
and they were latching from a girl who snuck into a club that was 21 plus and got with a guy
get
who was
you, man.
older, not known.
Girls get their reality TV garbage like Love Island, and this is what we get as men. We gotta step up
This
the...
is what we get as men. The girls get their reality TV as I Love Island, and this is what we get as men. Yeah.
production value here. Whoa, breaking
pasties
news.
are watching.
Alleged streamer
Hey, my
FaZe
nigga Anonymous W mother gifted in the goddamn chat. We going crazy tonight. Ah! Shout out to you, Anonymous. You a real nigga, man.
Lacey had his opinion on the matter.
I appreciate you, man. Dean Carter, I appreciate that, brother. It feels good to hear from y'all that I deserve. It feels good. It feels good, brother. You know?
FaZe Rain, FaZe Banks, FaZe Temperrr, do this, do that. Stop putting FaZe in front of people's
Room is fire. No cap. Room fire.
names who aren't FaZe. So I'm tired of this falling onto us and our name getting dragged down and all the work we put in to build our
pasties
group
are
up to
watching.
what it is right now
Before your nose start bleeding.
because of old
You
shit
see
that we had nothing to do with.
ugly as
The pasties are watching.
Hey, you say that nigga ugly? Oh my God. Hey, shout out Dean Carter with another gifted sub, nigga. W in the chat. You love the streams? Appreciate you, bro. Cash Bodies, appreciate you. Hey, Dean Carter going crazy, man. All y'all who gifted subs, God bless y'all, bro. I appreciate y'all. Y'all some real man, for real. I mean it from the bottom of my heart.
Because of old shit that we had nothing to do with.
Guy is genuinely so stupid he can't not be playing a character. You know what I mean? That's kind of what happens when you join a freaking team or an organization. You gotta deal with the baggage. You joined the team and signed the contract despite their reputation, and you gotta deal with the consequences. But I don't blame you too much. FaZe Banks is like the greatest con man in history.
I slept with one of them, and I found out after that this girl was 17. And
So you basically yourself admitted that you, nigga, didn't he? Okay, wasn't he just on the chat? Wasn't he just on the computer talking about some, anybody who would accuse me of this is disgusting. And I don't know why you guys would ever me with the name. Bro, you just literally admitted that you slept with a minor, brother. You slept, you said that. You're saying this right now.
The pasties are watching.
Hey man, shout out to my Anonymous again with another gifted son, man. W gifted in the chat. Why would this openly admit that? I ain't gonna lie, chat. I'm taking that to the grave. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. I would never do that. What the fuck? What? Matter of fact, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say shit. This YouTuber's a buster. That's what the fuck I'm saying. That was made hot, not Banks. Go back 20 seconds.
that's the
In history.
I slept with one of them, and I found out after that this girl
This nigga
was
gotta be a dumbass.
17. And that's the age of consent in New York.
Bro knows off the top of his head, but like, why would you even mention that?
Oh, this is Nade shot?
But regardless, I was sick to my stomach. It was just extremely uncomfortable
The guy
knowing
in the red is Nade shot. Let me see. This is Nade shot. Okay.
of consent in New York.
Bro knows off the top of his head, but like, why would you even mention that?
That's what, see, and even the Buster YouTuber says, yeah, bro, why would you even mention that? Why? Even he knows this tripping for even admitting that. Why the fuck would you get on the camera and say this? Now is definitely never gonna let you hear the interview. Oh no, I knew it. I knew this nigga was a weirdo. I knew the FaZe clan was filled with a bunch of freaky ass Call of Duty players. Huh? Yeah, I knew it. You should have just took this shit to the grave.
Regardless, I was sick to my stomach. It was just extremely uncomfortable knowing that and thinking about the situation.
The girl is also kind of retarded for like going to a club like that and not disclosing her age when it's sort of implied she's 21 if she's in a space like that.
So I just, this is something that is going to follow me around forever. And it's
Goddamn right. That's not pimp.
That's not pimp.
Goddamn right that shit gonna follow you around forever, brother. You ain't never gonna hear that. And it's all because you just had to speak on it. You could have just shut the up. He must think that she was grown because this 17-year-old looked old as fuck. Wait, which 17-year-old y'all talking about? You got a picture? Press it again. What you mean press it again? Oh.
That's not pimp.
FaZe, I was never a fan of their group. I only fuck with FaZe Roy, that's it. Damn. Where my girlfriend Silk, listen, she paid the choosing fee and she has some shit to taken care of over there in New York. Ain't that right, Tev? You know, we got Tev in the building, chat. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She paid the choosing fee, chat. You feel me? Tev, say what's up, man. We got Tev in the building. W Tev in the chat, man. All right? She paid the choosing fee. She took her out to New York. Soon she'll be back. You know what I'm saying? Bro is 29, 17-year-old. Put this man behind bars. Call the police. He needs to be held accountable. He does need to be held accountable, I must say, you know?
It's just sick because people on the internet will take things and twist it into something that it isn't and just keep running with it.
Not gonna lie, I kind of feel bad for this dude. If this is indeed the case and he didn't know...
My what? Green light for what, the broad? Let me finish this video. We got like 1 minute left.
About her age and found out after, this kind of just shows that his friends are huge pieces of shit.
100 people in my mentions like, yo, you a pedophile, dog? Nah, no shot. Not about to just like stay quiet. I've been too quiet for too long.
Please, for the love of God, just keep it that way. Even the virgins on Reddit are calling out Rain. Every single time I see FaZe Rain go viral on my Twitter feed, it's a video of him saying, I'm gonna expose everything. I've been quiet for too long. There's so much shit I haven't said. I've been over LMAO. Man, FaZe Clan. All my homies hate FaZe Clan. And I don't mean individuals. People like Jason are cool, and honestly, Adapt is a funny guy too. FaZe Clan used to be about gaming, and now it's like drama for prepubescent teenagers. You ruin your own life, to be fair. Even if you're at a club, you're pushing 30 with the online presence you have, you should be asking for the age regardless. Who goes to a club bar that's 20...
I'm not even gonna hold y'all. It is true, Chad. FaZe keeps messing themselves up. Bro, this... Like, bro, Chad, I'm like... I don't wanna cut any... I don't want any current FaZe members to feel like I'm talking shit about them. Because I'm sure they're cool people. You know? But... Like, I do remember when FaZe was just a dope Call of Duty guild. These was just raw as at Call of Duty, you know? Like, I remember in those times, it was like, damn, it made you want to be a part of FaZe, even though you didn't even really play Call of Duty like that. Like, if you did, like, I played Call of Duty, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of just made you, but now it's like, it's like, what even is FaZe anymore? Is it just like a group of content creators? Which, if it is, that's dope. But like, what even is it anymore? You know what I'm saying? Adapt, he's cool. I like him. And FaZe Rug. Yeah, FaZe Rug's cool.
1+ it asks everyone's age. Even if you do ask, how do you know they aren't lying about their age? It's not even like a crazy to make that if somebody lies to get into the club, but they'll probably lie about their age if you ask.
There were some that actually were good at games. Now it's just no.
Ask them outright, so like, weird argument. Very unfortunate situation, and honestly, the only reason I'm somewhat leaning towards Temperrr's side is because Rain started to post random things, then retracted his apology, deleted it. It's just coming off as incoherent. But something that is coherent is that Lacey most likely view bots, and that FaZe Banks is 40 and should get off the internet forever.
This weirdo though, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? This nigga weirdo. Damn homies. Shout out to the minorities, man. Man, fuck all that. Where the boppers at? Listen, chat.